If I can transform my room from this to this, well, then I guess you guys can also do the same. Hi guys, my name is Sayan. I'm a travel filmmaker, cinematographer based out of New Delhi. And in today's video, I'm gonna talk about how you can change your bedroom, store room, drawing room, whatever room you have at your disposal into a good looking YouTube studio. So the key to set up a YouTube studio can be divided into 3 steps. पहला स्टेप है लाइटिंग. लाइटिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, विल टॉक अबाउट इट. द सेकेंड इज ऑडियो. ऑडियो इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इन एनी वीडियो. एंड द थर्ड इज ईज ऑफ सेटअप. थर्ड वाला थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग है, आई एम गोना एक्सप्लेन यू इन लेटर स्टेज. लेट्स फर्स्ट टॉक अबाउट लाइटिंग. Lighting can be done in multiple ways. You can use the basic Hollywood sort of light, which is 3-point light. You can use cheaper basic set of light by using just a diffuser and the sun, which is coming from a window or something like that. But to make it more simpler for me, I'm gonna use only one light, which is the main key light that I'm using over here. It's a cheap light by an Indian company called Digitech 150 watt. It's equal to Godox SL60, and I'm using a diffuser over here. It's again a Chinese diffuser called Life of Photos. And the idea, I want to just light myself up. Okay, इस YouTube वीडियो का सब्जेक्ट मैं हूँ. So I wanted a scenario where the light is just falling on me, my face, and everything behind me is a bit dark. It has 2 reasons. The first thing is your focus is just on me, and the background behind me, जिस चीज़ पे मैं चाहता हूँ कि आपका फोकस जाए, I can do that by intention by using a second method of lighting, which is called practical lights. 2 मिनट में उस पे हम आते हैं. So the very first thing that you have to start is by blocking out unnecessary light in the room. You can start with the curtains, blocking out sunlight, because sunlight को आप control नहीं कर सकते. Curtains use कीजिए, black cloth use कीजिए, whatever you can use to block that light, use it. Then let's come to the room lights. आपके room में जो yellow bulb हैं या फिर white lights हैं या फिर false ceiling के lights हैं, don't use them. Use a newspaper, use whatever measures that you can use to block away those particular light. And use soft light. For example, मेरे पीछे जो ये आप लाइट देख रहे हैं, it's a very soft, those filament lights. I really love filament lights because it has a softer essence to it. So how do you place a big light like this? The first thing is, जहाँ पे मैं अभी बैठा हूँ, my camera is at a very straight angle to me so that you can have eye level contact with me. कोशिश कीजिए कि कैमरे को अपने बिल्कुल आई लेवल पे रखें, ना ऊपर ना नीचे, because it's always good to have a direct contact with the audience. ठीक है? Now, exactly where the camera is placed to your subject at 45-degree angle should be your main key light. When it comes to key light, I want to give you 2 suggestions. The bigger the soft box, the better you're gonna look. The closer the soft box, the better you're gonna look. Okay, so right now the light is just inches away from my face जब तक इस कैमरे के फ्रेम पे नहीं आता. रीज़न बिग दिस, मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि जो लाइट है सिर्फ मेरे फेस पे फोकस हो, ताकि मेरे शैडोज़, जो ब्लेमिशेस हैं, जो मेरे फेस की अच्छी चीज़ें नहीं है, वो आपको ना दिखे. इट लुक्स वेरी सॉफ्टर ऑन माई फेस. एंड ऑल्सो use as many diffusion layers as possible. Right now in this diffuser I'm using 3 set of diffusion. There is an internal diffusion, there is an external diffusion, and there is honeycomb grid, which focuses the light just on my face. The rest of the lights that you see in my room, we're gonna call them practical lights, and practical lights are very important. But before that, I'm gonna tell you one more small tip or suggestion. याद रखिए, लाइटिंग में कोई भी लाइट जो आप अपने सेट पे यूज़ करते हैं, इट शुड हैव अ रीज़न टू बी देयर. हॉलीवुड या बॉलीवुड में उसको हम मोटिवेटेड लाइटिंग बोलते हैं. एवरी लाइट दैट यू सी ओवर हियर हैज़ टू बी motivated. This right light on my face, पता नहीं आप लोगों ने notice किया नहीं किया, it's teal, right? Now what do you think where this light coming from? The screen, right? Because it has a teal wallpaper. Actually this light is coming from a small LED light over here, but I also have to make sure that the light is coming from a source. तो अगर मैं PC पे ये टील वॉलपेपर नहीं लगाता तो मैं उस लाइट को मोटिवेट नहीं कर पाता. सिमिलर थिंग, द लाइट व्हिच इज कमिंग ओवर हियर, कैन यू सी अ पर्टिकुलर ग्लो ऑन माय राइट हैंड साइड. अब आपको लग रहा है ये लाइट कहाँ से आ रही है, देन दिस लाइट इज नॉट कमिंग फ्रॉम द बल्ब इज जस्ट अ मोटिवेशन. उसके पीछे जो मेन लाइट है, दैट्स स्मॉल LED लाइट दैट हैज बीन माउंटेड ऑन अ ट्राइपॉड to just come at 45-degree vertical angle towards me. Also change your entire setting from auto to manual in your camera so that you can adjust the entire exposure. Remember, in this sort of setup, a YouTube style setup, you have to expose for my face. You don't have to expose for the surrounding. अगर आपने मेरे face पे अच्छे से expose कर लिया with this light and with everything, then your entire setup will look nice. जितने light आप background में use करेंगे ज़रूरी नहीं है वो इतना अच्छा लगेगा. Lot of people use multiple light. Don't do that. Keep it as simple as possible, as precise, and remember the thing that I mentioned. Everything has to be there for a reason. A small example, that small moon behind me is there because to light up that skull wale bhaiya behind me. So every light has a motivation. So our second thing into setting up a YouTube studio is audio. Remember guys, if your audio is good and your video is, let's say 480p, okay, and your storytelling sucks, your audience will still forgive you because your audio is good. I'll give you another example. When you are watching Netflix, let's say your internet speed is low, Netflix will never compromise in the quality of the sound. It will decrease the quality of the video because sound is very important. You can do this thing in 3 simple steps. First is always use an external mic. Internal mic of our cameras, though our cameras are very expensive these days, they are high quality video maker, but they don't have the audio quality. You can use a boom mic, the cheap boom mic of Rode to expensive boom mic of Rode. You can use lapel mics, you can use whatever mic you want. The next step is keep the mic as close as possible to your head or wherever you are talking. Right now the mic is exactly away from the frame, so yahan pe is the mic. So that's how close your mic should be, and that's for 2 reasons. Because mic की proximity जितनी आपके face के पास होगी, आपकी audio quality उतनी ही अच्छी होगी. Because हमारे room में हमारे आवाज़ के अलावा और भी आवाज़ होती हैं. There is sound, थोड़ा घबराने वाली बात नहीं है. आवाज़ AC की भी है, आवाज़ पीछे PC की भी है. There are a lot of frequencies that the mic can take up. So keep the mic as close as possible to you. And the best way to do is buy a mic stand. It's very cheap. 800 rupees to 1000 rupees में आपको mic stand मिल जाएगा. जैसे भी करना है कीजिए, but mic को हमेशा ऊपर अपने proximity में boom कीजिए और best use a lapel mic. The third thing is sound dampening. अगर आपने फैंसी स्टूडियोज़ के फ़ोटोज़ देखे होंगे या फिर आप मूवी थिएटर गए होंगे तो आपने देखा होगा कि जो आसपास की दीवारें होती हैं वो एक काले कपड़े का होता है. दैट इज़ बेसिकली साउंड डैम्पनिंग. आपने बाकी किसी यूट्यूबर के वीडियोज़ में देखे होंगे दैट देयर वॉल हैव दोज acoustic panels. The entire purpose of these acoustic panel and noise cancellation is basically to absorb sound. Now in my room, technically I'm supposed to use noise cancellation materials, but I don't have that budget because ये चीज़ें महंगी हैं. I've already invested in the mic, in the light, don't have any money left. आपके साथ भी सिचुएशन आ सकती है. What you can do is use as much as fabric as possible and lay it down on the floor. For example, मेरे पूरे फ्लोर पे अभी सब यही सब चीज़ें हैं. ये सोफे का नीचे का हिस्सा है. There are some bed sheets. I have just laid down my floor completely with as much fabric I can. You can use sofa, you can use just thick blankets, big carpet, rugs, whatever you can get your hands on. Just put them on the floor when you are recording the audio because they will also act as sound absorbers. Now let's go into our third element, which is ease and simplicity. By the way guys, if you think that you're getting a value from this video, then please drop a thumbs up for the algorithm. वैसे भी मेरे videos पे आजकल algorithm तो जा चुका है, so if you drop a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. See, the very idea of a studio or let's say a workspace is कि आप वहाँ पे जाएं, आप अपना काम झट से शुरू करें and you are not focusing on other things which are distracting. When you are setting up a YouTube studio, you can do n number of things. You can put multiple lights, you can decorate the background, everything. But the very idea is guys कि आपके रिकॉर्डिंग बटन दबाने के पहले आपका टाइम वेस्ट नहीं हो रहा है. Hence the reason in my room I am using only one key light and ये key light यहीं पे रहता है, मैं इसको नहीं हिलाता हूँ. ये कैमरे का जो ट्राइपॉड है मैं इसको नहीं हिलाता हूँ. ये टेबल है यहाँ पे मैं इसको नहीं हिलाता हूँ. Everything is set the way it should be because I want to save time. The moment I put the record button, उसके पहले मुझे कुछ नहीं करना. I am focused on my scripting. I am focused on the idea generation, on whatever I am doing. And that is very important guys. Now to do that, I'll give you two suggestions. First thing, imagine how you want to set up your YouTube studio. मेरे लिए मेरा सिर्फ एक ही एंगल था, which is this angle. इस एंगल में मुझे एक टेबल रखना था, मुझे एक चेयर रखना था एंड मुझे अपना बैकग्राउंड को सेट करना था. राइट नाउ इन द बैकग्राउंड दैट यू सी इट्स नॉट डिस्ट्रैक्टिंग. इट हैज ओनली 3 पेंटिंग. इट हैज दिस बुद्धा जी, इट हैज द स्कल, इट हैज one moon light which is illuminating the skull, it has some practical lights which I've mentioned in the beginning why you use it, and that's it. Try to imagine your room before you set up your studio and identify कितने simplistic way में आप अपने room को set कर सकते हैं. Now comes the second point. Take a permanent marker and mark down all those points जहाँ पे आपका tripod, आपका light stand, आपका secondary light stand, चेयर जहाँ पे रखी है उसके पहिए कहाँ पे आते हैं. Mark all those points down because every time you set up your camera, if just in case you have to remove them and keep them somewhere, you know where you have to place it. There is a consistency in your video every time. Trust me, कंसिस्टेंसी इज़ अ की टू मेकिंग योर ब्रांड. अगर मेरे कल के वीडियो में, परसों के वीडियो में, उसके बाद के वीडियो में आपको हर वक्त एक अलग लोकेशन नज़र आती है, इट डजंट शो द कंसिस्टेंसी. इसलिए न्यूज़ चैनल में एक ही जगह पे लोग बैठ के बात करते हैं, अलग अलग जगहें नहीं बदलती गाइस. ईज एंड सिंप्लिसिटी इज द की. नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हेन यू सिट टू मेक योर वीडियो, it's gonna take you 5 minutes to set it up guys. Anyways guys, thank you for watching the entire video. I hope you attain certain amount of value from this, and if you guys like the video then please subscribe to my channel. My channel is all about filmmaking, travel and cinematography. If you get inspired from the video and change certain things in your YouTube studio, then please find me on Instagram and do DM me. I want to see कि मेरे बातें करने से शायद किसी और को कुछ फ़ायदा मिल रहा है. ठीक है, till then I'll see you next time guys. Good night.